guys, we're back with part 18 of our Horizon Zero Dawn Let's Play. And we are finally going to go discover the deep secrets of Earth. Of the Earth.
Of the Earth.
The Earth.
The Earth. Whoa. What was that?
I don't know. I forgot how I got down there. I guess I had to go over there.
So this isn't the, is this the bad guy place?
Yes, I believe so.
So you went back there?
Yes.
Are they still bad guys?
Well, they were, I mean, yes, but... by the way, I like how when you run up to these guys, they kind of come to attention. I mean, they're bad, but they don't know we're the ones that stole them.
Oh.
So...
But shouldn't their entire, like, infrastructure fall apart? Their king and their high priest or whatever is gone, so it's like...
Yeah, I mean...
Who's giving them orders? Who are they standing at attention for? What?
There we go.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of like, alright, well, shouldn't this place be, like, in complete disarray? Like, there's literally no one left in charge.
Yeah.
In accordance with their religion, you have your priests and you have...
Oh!
The Sun
King.
Close. I know, right? The Sun King, right? Well, you now have neither, so... You guys are just kind of keeping on.
Hey, why not, right?
I guess. Because they're not officially recognized, right, as Karja?
No.
They're kind of like...
They're different. Okay, let's do this. Also, you guys will see that I am officially maxed out at level 50. I was just doing a little bit of minor stuff. Mainly, I completed all the Blazing Suns, so I got the war bow. You get those from the hunting lodge when you complete the regular, like the half suns, the full suns, and the blazing suns, based on the time limits. So, finally got that. And with that, it basically put me at level 50. But yeah, anyways, let's do this.
I know they have the expansion coming out.
I was just gonna say that too,
Are they gonna
actually.
up the level cap for that?
I imagine they would. They're gonna have new armors and new machines and stuff to fight. But yeah, Frozen Wilds. It looks awesome. Just from the trailer they released E3 last week.
But it's further west, correct?
It looks like Yellowstone, to be honest. Can you see like the geyser pools and stuff?
I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach. Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage
Culture's kind of outside of their sphere of knowledge, maybe.
That's what it looks like, yeah, almost.
We're not kind of involved in this drama.
The earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Probably.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction.
Why isn't genetic profile confirmed?
Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
She's like, hell yeah, I do.
Emergency venting authorized.
Again, I don't know if we've said it on here before. I think we have, but one of the things we were talking about kind of like off camera or off mic, I guess I should say, is that if this woman's like if it's like genetically like a genetic fingerprint, that's how she accesses tech.
We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
And the computer is like, okay, well, we need the key, basically. What will the computer do? Well, it has to take the genetics on file and clone another one.
So much to learn in
I mean,
time than I'd hoped.
Yeah. I think it's either that or she was a baby that was cryogenically frozen.
I think she's a clone. Because she looks not like looks like she could be a dog. She literally looks like
the same voice actress, which is like usually.
Yeah, well, the other one literally just looks like an older version of her, but you can tell it's like the same.
This is Project Zero Dawn.
We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect.
I'm just saying. So I think that's what it was. The AI or whatever just made another key. You know, and made a copy.
Yeah.
So it can have access to whatever it would need, and I mean that's my theory. I could be wrong. Could be like a daughter or something, but clearly she's related to that woman in some capacity.
We will find out one way or another. data point right here.
Data.
I think it's interesting that they put all these data points, like, they lay them out here, so basically if you're impatient, you can just skip them. But if you really want to kind of dive into the lore, you can just, you know, sit there and go through them all.
Like a trail of breadcrumbs almost into the past.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
What kind of snacks? So again, I'm like, okay, what were you guys doing? Obviously, they were taking people in here.
You know, chilling and shit.
What'd you say?
I was like chilling and shit.
Oh.
I saw that couch. Like, hey, come in here and, you know, chill.
I know, right?
By the way, what do you think of our robots? What?
Oh, well, that's nice. You read it?
Yeah.
I'm like, so what are they doing to them if they're crying
Please
and
proceed
sobbing?
into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
What is the purpose?
Did you say the guy who plays John Jones in Supergirl is one of the voices in the game?
Mm-mm. I thought he was, but he wasn't.
Well, then I guess I need to rethink my life.
Yeah. No, I looked it up. The guy that played Silence, because his voice sounded like his a lot, but he was in something else we had recently played or something. I can't remember, to be honest now, what it was.
She kind of looks like a ginger Kara a little bit.
I know. Technically, she's kind of stockier and beefier, though.
Well,
Yeah, I like it.
guess somebody's discriminating against body
is
types.
that?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret super-weapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super-weapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. Here's why.
Positivity!
By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too
Those are the
late.
corruptors.
Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16
Does that mean
months.
that that's what we're going to be finding?
Not exactly what you'd call
Half
a
a
survival
century, right?
option.
It's
The
been longer
destruction
than
of a
that.
biosphere is not the
Like
sort
maybe
of
the computer
apocalypse
was
you
doing
can
it, so
wait
she
out
was
at a
awoken.
fallout shelter
Yeah.
or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat.
That's the thing with
This
being
is the
shut
horrible
down.
truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory.
Well, that's why I said hibernating.
My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
Whoa!
Huh. Well, that was a buzzkill.
Doesn't make sense.
shit.
Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
Well, something happened between now and then.
Stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it. Kestrels. They got
Unless she like.
Oh, really?
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Oh, can I not jump up here? I guess it's not gonna let me go up here. Oh, there we go.
I mean, it could be just a situation where she managed to kind of postpone it, but now you see the corruption's coming back, so it's starting up again.
Well, that's the thing. Obviously, there's a way to crack the code. That must be our ultimate goal of silencing everyone, you know?
Hmm. But like, how would
Granted,
she?
how would he have even known that? I guess he wouldn't have, but...
How would she even be able to hope to do anything? Like, what would be the point? Again, whether she's a
Well, 'cause
daughter
if
or a clone, it's
if
like...
they've had a computer doing it...
Unless, again, the computer's doing it, but it needs, like, her DNA to kind of basically, like, initiate it.
Activate it,
Yeah, like, she basically...
In the waiting area, I was
She has to, but she's, like, the on switch. So, again, it produced a copy of her, so she could, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible, but it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy,
The girl doesn't falter here. Neither should you. Move.
Work that kink in his back.
Yeah, you know, I can help out where I can.
You previously worked for Pharaoh Automated
So who are these guys again, real quick?
These are the Kestrels. Oh, they're the Shadow Carja people.
Oh, so they are still running around doing shit.
Because when I activated that air vent thing...
Oh, yeah,
blew
they
on
saw
them.
and they went down, okay.
So like, what the fuck is this?
Swallow the guilt every day since.
Would you like to take a moment?
No. I really hoped.
How funny would it be if you found out that humanity, not all humanity, when it died out, that some of them went to the... Didn't say there was like a base on the moon or something? Didn't they say there was a base somewhere else? I'm just saying, just imagine finding it's like a moon base or something.
That'd be pretty awesome, but... Oh, what I was going to say before, but I want to interrupt the thing. Sorry, I'm just trying to let these guys talk because I had 2 other data points to listen to. When that guy was talking about how, crap, where was I going?
God, there were no limits.
I got distracted because I was trying to listen to,
Goddamn data points.
Oh, no, they were showing the videos of, like, the fall, you know, when the
Oh,
robots
yeah,
were taking
yeah.
over. And, you know, I'm glad it's one of those things where I feel like most other game studios would have made that this game. But I love that these guys did it way
It's
in
the
the future.
post-apocalyptic.
Though I'm like, with the success of this game, I wonder if they'd ever go back
prequel.
and do a prequel.
Yeah, but
it could be fun.
It could be fun, but there really be no point to it other than just for sheer gameplay value.
yeah.
Basically, you just want to do a big military shooter. That's basically what it would be, which I'm not saying isn't really fun. Hell, if you play that in VR, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But beyond that, narrative-wise, it's like, well,
Well, yeah.
you know what happened. I guess you can see it play out, but it'd be more or less just like, hey, want to be a futuristic tech soldier who fights a bunch of machines and ultimately die in the end? Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Don't mind admitting.
You know what it would be called? Project Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
That'd be the name of the game instead of again, it could be cool, or
Make a prequel movie.
I was gonna say, and just since it's really story-wise, it's kind of pointless. It would just be for gameplay. Make it as a DLC thing, like a kind of a couple maps you just download, and then you just run around shooting robots, like just
As Elizabeth.
yeah, just mindless action. Because beyond the story, which we're all hearing now, there'd be nothing new to offer. So I'm like, well, that's really all it's gonna be, just a futuristic military first-person shooter. Just make the DLC.
Yeah.
Hey, and you can play the fall of it. You know what I mean? And it'd be called the new DLC. It'd be called Project Zero Dawn. But then they didn't
Well,
get
yeah,
it.
and Sign tells me the Frozen Wilds is not going to be the only DLC we get. I hope not, anyways.
Every living thing dissolved into
Well,
nutrients.
again, it's one of those things where it's like, do they want to make a whole new game, or do they just want to keep expanding upon the found? I guess it depends.
I'm sure they'll do a sequel eventually, but
Because I'm curious to see what the rest of the world is. Because this is a global event, so you know.
Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here? No, Doctor. Please. Tell him Tom Pike wants a word.
okay, he's in.
Get off! Get off! Doctor! Please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Oh well. Oh, well, maybe not. Use that shit on me, motherfucker. Damn.
Are you maxed out? You're getting your ass kicked by like a guy with like a
Guys,
thing.
even max out this game is still difficult.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Fight
Fight robots for Christ's sakes.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you still need to like. Basically, you can survive the smaller like watchers and stuff hitting you now instead of getting one-shotted like they used to.
with Suzanne
But
Albert,
all the big
environmental
robots,
scientist.
even at max out, if you're not
Oh yeah, well, yeah,
careful,
it's a giant robot. It's still gonna.
Just stating your name.
You know, the buffest man in the world gets hit by a giant killer robot. He's gonna die.
Well, yeah, I'm just
Nothing the
saying,
General
like,
said.
that's one of the things I kind of like about this game, too,
I
is
was on
that,
the
for better or
Syzygy
for worse,
East
it
response
doesn't
team in
get
2051,
easy,
just after the
you know what I
second
mean? Like,
earthquake compromised
it's a
the
lot of
reactor.
games, you get
I still
overpowered
dream
easily,
about it after all these
but-
years. The red
I
zone
remember my level
spreading on
99
the
days of Final
imaging,
Fantasy
slowly,
VII.
Yeah.
so
I just
slowly,
became
like
a god of
hand
that world.
opening its fingers.
But
Until
that's my point.
Until I
like
fought
that
Emerald
they did
Weapon,
that.
then I
But
realized.
that's why I'm sure they're gonna do a level
That's
cap
interesting.
raise when they do
Because
the
nothing
DLC,
worked.
because it's like otherwise.
Nothing
I mean, maybe
could
they
go there
won't,
again. It
but
was a
I
catastrophic
feel like they
failure.
would.
But the red zone is a blip compared to global scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us.
It's just so funny because everything surrounding the story of what happened is so like horrible.
I know. Yet something worked out.
Yeah.
Is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna necessarily read all of this right now, but I'll do it slow enough so that if anyone wants to pause it, they can.
You know what I think they could do with sequels to this game? Like, for, like, her character, do, like, DLC stuff. But I think the next sequel, we'll see how this game ends, but the next sequel should be a later point. I think this, if they make this, like, a franchise to the game.
Oh, you bet your ass they are.
But I'm just saying, they should be about, kind of reuniting the world together. Because right now, the world, that humans are just these scattered tribes all over the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only tech we have is like, you know, what we salvage from the machines. And it should be like kind of basically the history of the world kind of coming back. You know what I mean? So like it should.
Oh, I could have stuck behind this guy, I guess.
Well, you know what I mean? Like every new installment be like another generation later. So,
yeah, but
so it's like you're furthering, so you're seeing kind of the reformation of the, you know, this new world. And you're going from basically all these, like it is now, these scattered tribes to like, all right, next game could take place 60 years later. Okay, you know, now all the tribes in like the Western Africa, North America are like talking to each other. We have communication.
Yeah.
6 years later than that, North America is now in contact with each other. You know, 6 years beyond that, hey, we've made contact with people across, you know, the Pacific. You know what I mean?
Well, and I guess you could always have it where Aloy is kind of the leader of this, so to speak, because again, obviously, obviously.
Well, she would become like I feel like a historical figure. I
Yeah.
mean, but eventually, yeah, she's gonna die of old age. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But like that, like do like a generation, so you can keep pushing. Because it's gonna take generations for the world to get really united to anything, you know.
Remember the Odyssey?
And kind of retrofitting the technology, because I'd imagine too, it's one of those things where, you know, people once they get this technology, they're gonna think it like, you know, it should be more about like the fear of repeating past mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we need, you know, some people say we need to use technology, and then some people say we should start doing something different, and like war breaking out because of it. You know, there's a lot of ways you could go. You know what I mean? Where you just still have the aesthetic of killer machines, but have them be there for different reasons. You know?
For that kind of storage we're talking
And I always kind of think,
Talk about cloning shit now.
a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it,
Oh man, I cut it off. Oh well.
So
A colony ship.
Yeah. That's...
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end?
Yeah, it looks like her.
What if we could
Wanna get
give
the same
life
voice actress.
a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully
Oh, I guess she
automated
told me.
terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system
The big
require?
machines.
At its core,
Tonics?
it would need
No,
a true
the
AI,
big
fully
Cthulhu
capable of
looking ones.
making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system.
So there is an AI, good one.
She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions
Yeah,
of Gaia's
she was
mind,
the genetic key.
each dedicated to a
The AI would
specific
do what?
purpose. Now these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's
I'm
just the
assuming that's
start.
what they're in.
We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all
See,
these
80s is
pieces
on
that you'll
there,
be
so
working
basically
on
part of the
fit
program
together.
went bad.
How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries.
Well, that explains why
From
they did certain
detoxifying
designs.
Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life, and then, when all that is done,
I mean, I'm not complaining.
how a
but
new generation of
why did they get
human
three giant
beings
Tyrannosaurus
spawned
Rex
to
robots?
create
I know.
facilities around the globe will partake
Because
of
they had to
Apollo,
make it work somehow.
the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural
Go
achievement
ahead and just make this. What
from which
what
they will learn
is
of
this
us,
cool?
our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
The other thing could be too. All the people they said they're cloning.
Destroyed.
Well, the genetic material. Maybe they just took it from people. All those people there volunteered. That's what it was. It was
By a machine.
blood samples. Okay, the people were just gonna clone
Elizabeth,
people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
for life, for us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? Why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the Archive of Knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Just I didn't want to walk ahead too far and cut it off like I did before. Sorry.
So different animals were modeled to kind of spread the stuff.
Yeah. Because remember what they said too initially, that like it was only 20 years ago all these machines started turning
Bad.
violent.
Yeah.
Like unless you went and basically antagonized them like an animal, a real animal, you know, they would leave you alone.
Again, the Thunder Jaws. What a biosphere were they decided to
Unless they were designed to take out the Pharaoh robots.
Like
Could've
weapons.
been. Yeah. Kind of anti-weapon weapons.
The goal was to bring back dinosaurs. Well, that explains why they look like animals.
Yeah.
I didn't think we would find that out till like the end of the game. You know, like the last thing, like, and this is what happened. So it's like now we pretty much know everything, minus kind of her, why she is so clearly that woman.
Yeah.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what I, damaged, I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to
stress
a lot of
that
medical
this was never
things.
about your
Something bad's
culpable
gonna happen down
Yeah.
here.
It is to me.
Don't open that door.
I know, I'm gonna wait
They
till
were
she's
smart
done
to get out of
talking.
Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium.
Elysium.
I know.
I never thought that there could be atonement.
Again, is there some colony out there?
It's possible.
If you're still nauseous. No,
Nauseous.
the inhibitors have
The
kicked
correct way
in.
of saying it
I can't
is
feel the back
nauseous.
of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this.
Again, like
But
they
the
said, a weird
damage is
colony
too
ship.
great, too
And now
extensive,
Elysium. I'm like,
too
okay, so
complete. With all
is there
respect to
something
Dr.
out there?
Sobek's work at Miriam, no.
I'm wondering if they're all
No.
on a ship somewhere
Life
in orbit
doesn't
and
always find a way
cryosleep.
to keep going.
And it's
Sometimes
designed
it
after a
never
certain
comes
point.
back.
They wake
back
up
down.
and they go back down. The world is just there waiting for them. You know what I mean?
Like Timo.
Possible, but
Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock? You'll grow old together with your loved ones in safety. I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family? I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized.
what's the point then?
A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert.
I
If
guess
the population grows instead of
Yeah.
diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years. I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
That makes sense, but
Well, it could be like, okay, they probably have like again like embryos and stuff in crowds, so basically they're gonna they're gonna be there to kind of usher in like the next generation. But,
basically get it there
Going.
and established. Yeah.
but their generation
Protocols require
will
a
not
48-hour
repopulate.
waiting
You know,
period, after which
it'll be the next generation that is starting the cycle of reproduction.
Yeah.
So no, it's not too bad. You get to be there.
Sure I behaved this time?
It's just
Yeah, unless you already have a family, it's
For
kind
your
of like
protection.
you won't contribute anything to
Yeah.
the, genetically speaking, to the future. But it's kind of like,
Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought...
I don't know. I think there are people out there.
Underprepared for
There's too many little things that are
project.
just like,
Now I can
you know what I
see
mean?
it's worse.
why
Much
did I just get
worse.
shackles as a
Sobek is a total fantasist.
Well,
A
you really might need
dangerous
somebody. You might
fantasist.
want to try some new things.
Blue skying. It's... Jesus.
It's
I'm
Jesus.
sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to
Jesus.
leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Yeah, somebody tells me a lot of this shit was not voluntary.
Well,
Like when people came here.
basically, once you figured, like you probably once you came in, there's no going back. Whether you
Well, that's what I'm thinking. You were invited, so it's your choice to come or not. But once you came, doesn't. If you had decided you want to stay, too bad. You're in. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like a roach motel.
What are these shackles for? I'm curious. Anyways, let's go back to that door.
Are they fuzzy cuffs?
Is
I'm telling
there a
you.
feather boa? Is that gonna be my next key item?
Mm-hmm. Maybe you should go see what's behind that door. I think that's where the party's at. You get the
Let's go.
and it just sounds to be a death machine. God damn it.
But it's wearing a feather boa.
Yeah, but it's a kinky death machine.
Aw, really?
Yeah,
But they have these things, and these things are horrible. Look at that. Okay.
He paused. Never stopped to think, how did I get myself in this situation?
Just be my
Let
focus.
me kiss my foe.
Don't you have, like, a weapon? A projectile weapon?
Yeah, but this is faster with the heavy armor. Get that potion, girl.
Grab that gun.
Bleed before the sun.
Where'd they go?
Says the people who worship, like, the setting sun. Fuck off. At least the other guy's religion is more consistent.
Where did the other guy go? Oh.
For the radiant.
Are those, like, shooting out fireworks? That looks like.
They're basically metal rods, I believe.
Oh, it just looks like they were shooting, like, Happy 4th of July, motherfucker!
That's what it looks like. Yeah, that or it's like shrapnel, is what I'm thinking. Well, that was terrible. Could have been worse, but... Oh, are you kidding me? I could have snuck in here, too? Oh, data point, that's why.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it.
So what happened to all those bad machines, though? The ones that went crazy?
The Pharaoh machine?
Yeah.
Because
they
well,
weren't...
those are the corruptors. When they dig those up, that's what the corruptors are. It's the Pharaoh machine.
Oh, okay.
For life's sake.
I know, it's been a while since we've seen one, but...
But I want no part of this pathetic attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors
Yeah, because they don't look like animals. They just look like
yeah,
legit robots.
State lighting on my skin.
Weird-ass scorpion-looking machines, but not...
Yeah, but how are they reactivated, though? Just digging them up?
It's the Eclipse people that would... one way or another, they were activating them somehow. I'm sure we'll find out.
Because then they say those codes, like, disable them forever. So even if you find physical remains of them, it's like, okay, they're inactive, right?
True, unless...
That's the thing. It's like you can find...
Unless one way or another the code didn't go through for all of them.
My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Got one more data point.
Dr. Soubet? Christina Soubet?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet,
I kind of like that too. It's like survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
No, it is not fair.
But it's one of those things too. It's like, well, why me? Well, as selfish as it sounds, well, when you're rebuilding the future, you have to take selected people. Sorry, you know, a historian or a chemical engineer or just an engineer or a physicist.
Well, again, it's like in any science fiction thing, they always take people on these like colony ships that would actually be helpful, not just, you know, Joe Schmo who works at the grocery store.
Well, and I get it. I hate to say, you know, if you're a meat cutter for like, you know, your local, grocery store.
Mockingbird back in the day.
Okay, what are you? I mean, yeah, you want to live, but ultimately, you
don't have anything to offer society. As terrible as that sounds.
I know. I guess you can show us how to cut a porterhouse, but beyond that, someone who can develop vaccines, someone who can develop, you know, alternative fuel sources, someone who can, you know, create, you know,
I'm just calling it like it is.
Automated machines that can, you know, create, you know, infrastructure. It's like it's a cool thing, but the reality is.
Yeah.
the whole point is survival of the
gonna
species.
say,
It's
yeah.
not about your individual survival.
The greater good.
Yeah, it's about the survival of the species, and to do that, certain individuals have to survive because of what they know.
Yeah.
It's just the reality. You know, they're not surviving because they're better than you. They're surviving because they can offer something for the species as a whole, which they're trying to save. So they get lucky, basically. You know, it's luck of the draw because of that. But then again, it's like anything else. You look for a job you're going to do, well, they have to look at your qualifications, right?
Yes.
Not anyone can do any job. You have to be qualified for it. Well, you save the species. What are your qualifications? It's like, why should that job be any different? Well, what are my qualifications? I don't want to die. Well, nobody wants to die. But what are your qualifications?
Yeah.
Going to a job and saying, I want a paycheck is not a qualification. It's got to be like,
I'm done
hey,
with Brett's incompetence,
I can do
okay?
this.
Somehow, he managed to install an
I
agent
know
emitter
people
node
say, oh,
backwards.
easy for you to say, what if it
Everything's in
happens? You
reverse.
got screwed over. Well, if it
I don't
happened,
get
I wouldn't be
paid to clean up Brett's
surprised.
messes.
To
If
me,
you
you know
want
what I
it
mean?
fixed, send him up to storage
Okay,
for a
so
new
basically
emitter,
it's
not
telling me
me.
it's the opposite of this.
Parker out.
I'm guessing. Or is it that? Which one was it talking about? For this one or for that one? I guess it's for this one.
Yeah, it should be the ones that are kind of active or...
Okay, so this would be right. So turn clockwise.
I'm getting flashbacks to the Callisto Trials from Final Fantasy X. And I'm like, no, no!
What's that? Right again. And up and left. Oh, that one's already on up. Oh, did the wrong way. Please work. Did it work?
You trying to open up a door?
Oh yeah, it did. I think. Did it do this one now? No. Yeah, this opened something.
I heard something I thought open up. That's still closed.
I don't think there's anything else over here.
No, yeah, there's no other door, right? So I think
And that's what that thing said, is that it was backwards?
I think you might have done nothing.
That's possible. Let me go make sure.
It's possible we achieved literally nothing just now. Let us review. Because that wouldn't have an X on it then, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. Well, maybe it's not backwards then. Because it said it was reversed, so unless it's like this side is for over here, maybe that's what it is.
Try it out.
Yeah. So up. And then right and then down. And then right and then up. Really? So, up, right, down, right, up, up. Oh, how embarrassing. How embarrassing. No, so up, left, down, up, left, down, right, up. God, how did I fuck up so bad? See, I feel like I just heard a noise, but now I can't tell.
I know, it's hard to tell.
And of course this thing isn't gonna play whatever it played before again. Or was it this thing that played it?
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
That's the thing, I did this one in reverse, so I don't know. I'll just do what's on here, and then if that doesn't work, I'll just do it in reverse again, I guess.
Yeah.
So, left, up, left, down, right.
Done.
There we go. Okay, so I don't know what the fuck it's talking about then. Nothing was in reverse. God damn it.
Maybe the reverse was to do the opposite of what it was telling you.
But I did that the first time.
No, like it was telling you to do it in reverse, therefore I don't do it in reverse.
Yeah.
See what I'm doing? Oh.
I don't know, whatever.
Shit got deep.
Going up.
So I wonder if they're going to reveal more about the story here.
Oh, I'm sure.
I wonder if this is going to be all the exposition of what's going on, and then when you get out, it's
at least about Project Zero Dawn, I would think.
Yeah, but I'm curious to know. It kind of sounds like
looks intact.
Zero Dawn. It kind of.
Oh, okay. So that's what I needed, the emitter, so I can do that one. Is the one in reverse then?
Oh.
So I feel stupid now. It's okay though.
Again, I'm curious. I think there are other people out there. Because the fact that they're not waiting to the end of the game to reveal that to us,
yeah.
I kind of feel like, no, there's still another, like... Because obviously we knew something happened to the world. Obviously we knew the machines had something to do with it. You know what I mean? So it was more like the specifics of the how and why.
Yeah.
But I think the idea of there people being, like, cryogenically frozen, basically the people from the past still alive. All of these people we've been hearing from are still there somewhere. I think that's the big, like, kicker. Like, hey, guess what?
Oh, I'm stupid. It means reverse because see the Pharaoh logo's on the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel stupid now. So this
I didn't catch it either. To be fair, it's not entirely obvious.
No.
And then watch the comment sections. Oh, I figured it out right away.
I know. Well, whatever. This is why it's a let's play and not a walkthrough.
Well, you're better than us, and we should go die. There, you happy?
So that'd be down left.
Yeah. Seriously, me, games, and puzzles have a long history of property damage.
Right down.
You asking me how to do a puzzle or how to tango?
Okay. Is that right? So it'd be down, left, up, right down. Right? Oh. I guess I didn't turn that one all the way. Whoops. God damn it.
That did it.
There we go.
Air should have power.
Question is, what did it open?
To see what lies beyond it.
How do I get over there? I guess back up. Oh, this door. I forgot about this door already. Oh, motherfucker.
Of course.
Do you guys have something better to do?
I know. Not really. You took their king and killed their priest.
Gaia, it's up there. Second floor.
Kind of bored, actually.
So much for avoiding contact.
Okie doke. Well, I'm going to put it back on my
Heavy armor.
other armor. See how many dudes are in here.
3 so far.
Okay, 3's not bad.
I thought there was more than that.
Yeah.
Can you blow up that thing on his back?
Yes. Or I could just sneak up on him. That's my favorite method of murder.
Sneak attack.
Where's that other guy?
I think they're kind of behind the stalagmites.
Oh.
Well, I see a guy over there in the
I
corner.
know, he's seen this guy that's dead.
Someone just killed one of us.
Okay, dude, turn around so I can murder you silently.
He's coming your way. No.
Honestly, I don't mind taking on one guy, or 2 guys, or whatever,
It might be in a position because as long as you stay there, he's not going to move. You get him?
Okay, yeah.
We were just getting started.
There we go. Oh, there's a guy up above too, apparently.
I think they're dropping in.
Oh, are they?
They're rappelling down from the ceiling. Oh, so more than 3.
Yeah, just a few.
Was that 5?
Yeah. Yeah, come on over, buddy.
Yeah, honestly, just as I said, lure them to you and then just take them out one by one. Again, even if you have to, even if you have to engage them in a fight, it's almost like they still have to come down one by one. So it's like you just keep taking them out. Honestly, go ahead and kill them before they're too many to gather.
This is it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And then when the next one comes down, take him out fast. That way you're still fighting one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like him now. Can you get him quick? Because if you wait for them all to come down, then you'll have to fight more than one at once.
Yeah.
I mean, you already killed 2 more, so now there's, what, 3 up there?
Yeah.
Okay, well. At least you're back to your original number.
Oh, somebody's...
Oh, good. Let him just come down to you that much faster.
No, it's okay up there. Was that guy up there?
Got 2 left.
I can hear you.
Oh, what? Oh, shit.
Oh, so...
Look out.
And of course I was literally right there, so they all just saw me.
Parkour! Parkour! Well, they get some distance between you and them. Don't you have anything that goes boom?
Oh. What?
Do you have anything that can explode, you know, take out a few of them at once? Right behind you.
Do, but...
More! Don't go! Die!
The death thing done. Say hello to my little friend.
That's a nice sound for it.
This is my big
moment anyway.
Get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Oh, okay. First I need to collect my loots.
Lootses. Mad lootses.
Oh, no. Okay. Put the gun down.
Put the gun
Grab
down.
the loot, Aloy.
Freaking gun nut.
Yeah, that could have been worse.
Well, again, I mean, I know you said the game isn't easy, but you are still leveled up. It's got to count for something, you know what I mean?
It does.
I mean, I guess if you say the physics still work out, like, okay, so the machines are still really strong, because machines like these are just humans, so in theory, it's like, alright, well.
Access.
It's over here I go. Holo projector. I guess there's something else. What is that? That looks spooky.
Mm.
It's like a machine Stargate. Something that makes other machines.
Maybe.
You weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphology. It's funny. I agree, there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they almost feel like tributes.
But, contribute to the loss, and not just from disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record, too. References to megafauna and some of her designs, so cool. Okay, so that explains the fucking T-Rex robots.
See, that's the thing.
I like how they addressed us, but we were just talking about that, like, oh, that's great. Where did they get the T-Rex design from?
Yeah. Well, again, it makes sense. Obviously, it came from somewhere.
Well, I knew it came from somewhere,
Well,
but
yeah,
if they were saying that...
they did address it.
They were saying the machines are basing them on, you know, just animals, you know. I'm like, okay, well, at some point did, you know, did they base any design? Did they actually have Jurassic Park in that past at some point?
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's
So that
more
makes
like
sense
the
why
knowledge
maybe
of craft and
that's the
ingenuity of a
thing.
master
Hades,
smith
that
to wield the
program
hammer.
must have been
Encoded as software.
like dug up or
Virtual
something 20
creativity
years
made
ago,
real.
and that's
Gaia's
why
already
machines
learning.
started
In
being,
simulation, she's
you
doing
know,
some very
aggressive.
creative things
Yeah.
with
For no
fractal
reason.
assembly and animal morphologies.
Because otherwise, yeah, if she made
Her
them.
designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical at places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it.
I've seen these shapes before.
Oops. I
In
didn't want to cut
cartoons.
them off. I just wanted
But
to
of
loot.
course,
Greedy.
the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
That sucks. I wanted her to finish saying what she was saying. Oh well. What designs is she talking about? These?
I don't know.
See something way up there. Oh, well, let me get it yet.
So what were those big giant tentacle ones in the mountains then?
I don't know. I thought those were the Deathbringers, that maybe, or not the Deathbringers. Because they call them the Metal Devils, so obviously they weren't good things. I think they were part of the Pharaoh plague. Like those ones, you know, they might have just been really big versions of like the Corruptors. That type of machine, maybe.
Maybe they're the ones consuming all the biomass.
It's possible, yeah. Oh, what did I just see? Oh, okay. I was like, what's down there?
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
What do you think I'm doing, Silence?
Careful now.
Really? Where are they? God dang it. Don't you guys got something better to do?
No, I keep saying they don't. You made sure of that.
There's
Again.
a lot of them.
No king, no priest. What the hell are they gonna do?
Well, they were doing this shit before anyways, so...
Well, yeah, but now they really got nothing else to do, so...
I know.
Fucking idle hands here.
With my luck, I'm gonna have missed somebody. I'm gonna run right into them. I've done that a couple times in bandit camps and shit.
Mm.
'Cause that's like the worst when you trigger everyone at once. I hate that shit. Honestly, maybe I won't have to fight anyone. Am I being a little too optimistic here? Yeah, I'm totally gonna have to go through there.
Welcome to Apollo,
Hi.
the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations.
I guess they're all
I
in the
am
room.
Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English,
zettabyte? I
Spanish,
guess that's a
and
thing.
Arabic.
Must be pretty big.
I was gonna say.
The transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least,
Unless she's
the
like
development of the holographic
basically a host for all this genetic
DNA
material.
curricula,
Like,
by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Thank you.
that'll be useful.
So what? It says encapsulated DNA, but I'm like, what exactly is that, like, form-wise then?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know they can use DNA now to store data like a hard drive. They actually can do that now. So in theory, a person's body could be used as like a giant hard drive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you wanted to, like, you can just encode all this data in the DNA. So I'm wondering, is that why the Mountain produced her? She's basically a walking external hard drive.
Right.
I mean, in theory.
Yeah.
And why her DNA
Whoa,
opens
look at these vending machines. Check them out. What do you got? What do you got? Nothing good.
Any Picari sweat?
No. Wait, so how do I get in the other room? I thought I could get in there from here.
There's something you missed?
I must have to go back up.
Probably.
There must have been a way to drop down or something over here then. No, it's telling me to go in this direction. No, that's telling me I'm further away. I'm so confused. Oh, I'm stupid. There's stairs going down and I totally missed them.
Silly Billy.
Well, with this, like, atmospheric fog, it's a little hard to see sometimes. Apollo update.
Sure, blame the game design.
I'm guessing I probably can't go through this door. Of course not. Time to fight through all the people.
Well, of course.
This is gonna be just dandy.
Seriously, just start throwing shit in there and blowing them up.
Yeah.
Just thin the hurt ever so slightly before you go charging in.
The ancients' greatest gift to us.
Greatest? How about the fact we exist at all?
To abide in ignorance is a curse, Aloy. You of all people should know that.
Oh, come on! Why didn't you sneak attack him? Wow. This is not great.
I told you, when in doubt, blow shit up.
I didn't know if that would actually hurt him. Okay, well, that was a huge mistake, guys. So,
Whoa.
let me just, switch weapons here. Good old sling will do. Honestly, I can get rid of the Tear Blaster too. I don't need that right now. I'll just put the Warbow on there. Hey, buddy. Oh.
You don't fight.
Maybe I should just do that from now on.
I keep telling you. See how quickly that makes your problems go away?
It's so nice.
I'm just saying, there's an easy way to do things, and then there's a really easy way to do things.
That's just oddly satisfying. I didn't think they would die in basically one hit.
But why wouldn't it? You're blowing them up. That's what happens when you throw things at people that explode. They die, like, right away.
Cool. Well, from now on, I will do things your way.
Oh my god, you have no idea how long I've heard to hear that. People, you just...
Witness history?
In
a way?
Yeah.
It's okay. The tree is letting you think you're...
I would cry right now if I wasn't such an emotional vacuum.
Oh, hey look, I could have snuck through there. I love how I always see these things after the fact.
Yeah. Basically, when you see problems, here's what you do. Find a... automatically look for another way around and then blow things up.
Ah, well.
You don't have problems then.
Make sure I'll check everything on the ground and then I'll go up.
So this is the facility where they created Zero Dawn?
I believe so, yeah.
Like this is the ground zero for the project then, right?
Ground zero for Project
Zero.
Did you do that on purpose?
No. But here's my thing. Okay, you learn all this knowledge, but how do you spread it to the world? Because...
Well, they said they put all those data entries everywhere. I'm assuming...
Yeah, but with half the people consider all this stuff taboo. They don't want to learn it. And now you have, unfortunately, in the absence of knowledge, you have religion. You know what I mean? So now the people are like, well, we refuse to accept this because the sun god made us all, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, that's the problem. Just look at our world now. Just because we have science and fact that disprove, theology doesn't mean people give up on theology. They just turn a blind eye to logic and be like, nope, nope, magic made me, I'm special. That's the thing. It's like, okay, great, but now you could have gotten to people before they created, theology here, then maybe. But now that they already have something they feel gives them everything they need, well, in the future of this franchise, they're going to be fighting to keep the teachings of the sun god out of school.
I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to
laugh,
the position
but
and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope
I don't want to go
that
through
there will
it.
be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well.
Thanks, bro.
Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Welcome to Hades.
Hey.
Zero Dawn's Extinction
Failsafe
Failsafe Protocol. The ultimate killer app.
Oh,
now,
see what they did there?
I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what the... what?
Somebody didn't,
Just plumb crazy, ain't it?
go over something
Well,
clearly.
No, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere?
Maybe it's doing exactly what it's supposed to. Maybe...
Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine your Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere you're growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do.
This is the guy with the top
burn that
man.
misbegotten
The man.
biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square
It's
one.
kind of a good idea, though.
Yeah,
I mean, because
it makes
just
sense.
because here's the thing, just life is a fragile,
It's a certain
Try
set
again,
of
old
circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why we even have life on this planet is because everything happened just right. And there's not even fossil, microscopic fossil records that suggest that life kind of started at a microscopic level once before and actually went extinct before the microscopic ecosystem that basically kickstarted it.
Kind of metal.
Oh!
To Hades. Welcome to the vault.
Love it. I even said it's like.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades,
Should have
why
given
does
him
it
longer
remain
hair.
extinct?
Right?
Need more data.
I was gonna say, yeah, but why is it targeting
How does
her
it end up in the
specifically
wreckage
unless
of a
it's
Pharaoh Titan
been corrupted
getting
somehow?
worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Again, it's kind of what I'm. Again, life is such a. The balance is to be just right. If one little thing is off, it's over. So it's almost like, okay, if her point is to do it once and one time only and screws up, then okay, that's it. It was all for naught. So it kind of makes sense that basically not only do they want her to make life, but it has to be very specific. So if she does something. I say she like she's a roller, but yeah.
Do you read this? Noise complaints, it's not bashcore, it's death metal, girl classical music, 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal theme stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen. Oh, that's funny.
The Swedes really didn't do cannibal stuff. That was more the Florida death metal scene. Japanese gore grind, I heard it, like it. Gore grind, though, there is some debate if that's actually a legitimate subgenre of grindcore, rather just calling it grindcore.
Am I really
with
supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me?
Oh my god, I'm so glad they understand this. Wow, that was the first time in a game they actually get, I'm like, oh, it's so metal, it's so metal. Like, no shit. The music's called death metal, people. Like, it can't be anywhere on the nose. But this is what, a European studio, right?
Dutch.
Yeah, well, in Europe, metal is considered much more mainstream and, like, you know, not offensive compared to the United States. So, from a cultural perspective, yeah, they would be much more aware of, like, the particular cultural sensibilities of heavy metal music, which, you know, for those of you who aren't into metal, might find very strange and even laughable. But if you, you know, go anywhere else other than America, you will find that metal is considered much more of a serious, for real thing. So I'm not surprised. But that's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. Because I'm always joking whenever I see stuff like that in movies. I go, oh, it's so metal. And I look up there like, yeah, it's metal. Of course it's metal. We're creating something that's going to wipe out all life on Earth. Yeah, it's terrible, but it's also really fucking metal. You know how many metal records I own that literally are about that?
I know, right?
I mean, I literally listen to bands called Flesh God Apocalypse. I'm just saying.
Ooh, into the mountains.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Why is your hair blowing?
Because it's a windy cavern.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I'm like, it looks pretty, but aren't we like way underground?
Caverns can be windy.
Can they ever? Hi-oh!
Wow.
Up top. Make that high five noise. Yeah!
Ouch, my hand.
That's what's up.
Now I can't play.
People are like, God, will this guy shut the fuck up?
Yeah. You only get to hear him for about an hour and a half tops, you know, per episode.
Yeah, she has to put up with this shit like this is life. This is my life.
For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally
I don't know.
frozen
A
in
few
time.
improvements could be made.
The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified.
Honestly, what's to
Under
stop
my
you from
watch,
making the same
our
mistakes
activities
if
and
they're...
initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 rally accords.
Well, if they're taking a genetic snapshot, that means they're literally taking a genetic snapshot.
Circumstances. But, as one of the authors of the accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are Staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem.
So I'm wondering if the first people were kind of produced by the mountain.
Construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So,
I mean, they talk about these cradle facilities, so that might be what it is.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe I'm wondering if maybe some of these other sites haven't come online. They're all over the world. There may not be. Well, they might be all waiting. Like, because obviously this is ground zero. No pun intended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it makes sense that maybe this one came online first. That's why all these cultures are maybe around this area. But there may not be anything beyond that yet, because maybe nothing else has come online. You know what I mean? That could be interesting, because I'm kind of like, well, what makes these events so special when, you know, on the other side of the planet, there is another tribe of people doing this with this tribe of people. Maybe there isn't. You know what I mean? Maybe this right now, in terms of human beings, this is the whole world. Which suddenly makes everything that's happening here super important. Now the Eclipse and the Karja and Shadow Karja, now they're not just one of many. They are the tribes. You know what I mean? That would immediately elevate their importance. Or I could be completely wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but again, I like how the game is forcing you to really think. You know, it's presenting a scenario where these are all actually viable possibilities. They're not completely far-fetched.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're all right.
Are these what I think they are?
What do you think?
Artificial wombs.
Ooh, yep.
Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
So that's gotta be what she's from then, is one of these. Anyways.
Is it online?
I don't know, it looks like it.
So there's what, babies in there?
I'm not sure.
Or is
Crap,
it-
what data point did I just get? Oh, it must have been this one. Because that's the thing, theoretically, this one of these guys kick online and pop out a baby, right? So it's kind of like, okay, they say the mountain, you know, produced Aloy, so...
Yeah, but the problem is, too, if it's kicking out just a baby, well, how's the baby going to survive? That's what I'm saying.
Well...
Facilities.
Were there supposed to be, like,
Elizabeth
nanny
said
machines there? Kind of, you know what I mean? Because, again, a baby is,
Humans would be
you
spawned
know,
in
a
such
helpless little
places.
thing. It's like, I understand if it was producing adult or sub-adult
Mother Mountain.
people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's even saying the mother, or the mountain she came from.
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Going down? Or going up, I guess.
Makes you wonder, like, if they had done this as a movie, first of all, I don't think they could have done this whole game even as one movie.
Mm-mm.
But even getting to this...
A trilogy, probably.
Yeah, or hell, a really kick-ass Netflix series now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Netflix has got... I used to scoff, you know, and I have been forced to eat crow. I remember a while back there was talk of doing a certain something as a series on Netflix, and I posted and go, oh, great, there goes the chance of that being good, and now it's going to be like a TV show. And someone was like, oh, well, you know, Netflix has got pretty deep pocket. Now, granted, in my defense...
Hey, Netflix Witcher series. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but at the time, there was nothing
yeah.
like that. We didn't even have...
That's before Netflix had all their original
Yeah, that was even before Orange is the New Black. So there was nothing yet about Netflix that had proven itself. Okay, so to be fair, so this is prior to all that, all right? But I'm just saying.
Oh, that's Gaia.
Though Campert forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted
I'm just wondering, like,
analysis of mammalian
how would they do this whole sequence? If they obviously couldn't have it. Well, then again, for the TV show, it could be an hour long, this whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh? And
Oh, we're
your
already into an hour and
assessment?
14 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, whereas a movie, they couldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, have to move something to be curious.
Basically, you'd be losing the majority of the story.
And yet,
Or they would have to find a way to streamline it.
Yeah.
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad.
I wonder if it'd be like a thing instead of her saying all these things like this, she would like log into like a neural interface, and all these things be bombarding her. You know what I mean? Like quick shots of like, we created this for this. Oh, and then we have this for this, and then there was this for this, and it's like absorbing into her brain.
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. This is very good.
But this is obviously the perk of a video game. You know?
Yeah.
You can take a couple hours explaining this, and it's fine. You know what I mean? That's.
And I like exploring. I mean, again, I hope you guys aren't too bored by it, but I love looking at all this stuff.
Well, again, I think now.
Unconsciousness during relocation to
I think that's why stuff like on Netflix is becoming more popular than movies, because like a game, you can now really take your time and really flesh out and explore all these different things. Where a movie, you are kind of limited. You know what I mean? And I like how I think that's why now games are basically people say we're making video game movies. And I'm like, well, why? You know what I mean? Why do you need to make game movies now? That was more relevant like 20, 30 years ago. Nowadays, like games are more fleshed out, more involved, more, you know, deep than most movies. So it's like, and this is coming from like a movie guy, you know what I mean? I'm not the gamer here. And then, but even me, I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow, as a storyteller, as a writer, I'm like, I almost would rather be tapped to write a video game than a movie, because I would be able to really just
get into it,
flesh out a story, and literally did not have to, okay, now I have to chop this off, now I have to cut out this, now I have to, because, you know, this great big story needs to be worked into a script for like at the most a 2.5 hour movie, you know what I mean? If that's even if you're lucky.
Yeah. That's the thing. I know a lot of people just rush through games like this without really exploring and getting to the lore, but I love it.
Well, I guess it also depends the kind of gamer you are.
I mean, I know some people that, like, they can't even play single-player games because they really, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it, but they just like the multiplayer experience of playing with their friends.
Again, I mean, I guess it's like anything else, different kinds of things for different kinds of people. I mean, I mean, for instance, I always talk like first-person shooters or stuff like Left 4 Dead, and even then, that was only fun playing with somebody else. You know, I'd much rather play, or at least watch someone play, a game with like a complex narrative. Because again, I myself am a storyteller. That's why I like to write. I like telling stories and like experiencing stories. So.
Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed last night. Telemetry? I don't know what that is. Indicated catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drives spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo, zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo all were lost. So they were trying to do a colony ship, but apparently it fucked up. So Zero Dawn was the only...
So it's like a plan B?
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, Zero Dawn's the only hope for the continuation of the human species.
Well, probably one is okay. They were gonna try to do that for Earth, and then go to another world, and then maybe at some point in the future come back. You know what I mean? Which is kind of funny because that's kind of the premise for Godzilla Monster Planet that's coming out, where it's like, hey, except they got to the planet, and then the planet wasn't good, so they went back to Earth. But of course, something about this had going through like hyperspace the way they did, it took them like 20,000. It was like 10 years their time, but in real time it was like 20,000 years. So when they came back, kaiju ruled the world. Yeah. So kind of a lot cooler than this, but it's okay. God, I can't wait for that to come out. Anyway, now I'm realizing, oh shit.
I like how it's saying that started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere, microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. Thousands more will have to wait their turn until a new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. It's better.
Yeah. It also makes sense too. You don't want to just spring everything alive, because that's the thing.
Be able to if you don't have a sustainable.
Well, because that's the thing. I mean, if you do that, certain species will never go extinct. Because I mean, that's the thing. You got to be kind of delicate. Like, you know, you always see movies like, oh, we have the cheetah, we have the tiger, we have the wolf. Well, yeah, but you can't just drop these all off in a field.
Willy-nilly.
And in the same spot too. It's like,
to pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
I was just
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Like your machines?
Elizabeth,
May I speak outside protocol?
Oh, I'm rudely in the
Of
middle of
course,
the
Gaia, go
conversation.
on. I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
So is that what the Hades thing is? Or was that something else?
No, they're talking about a kill switch. Hades is what would go into effect if basically
She produces a non-self-sufficient biosphere.
Yeah. So I mean, unless they eventually made it like.
So what is the kill switch then?
Well, that's a good question.
Like, isn't that what Hades is? Hey, she made a thing. Oh, it's not good enough. Kill it. You know what I mean? Or does it mean she would never start it again?
I think it means that, yeah, the whole system would shut down, possibly. Is this one
Oh,
trying
so
to get
if she
to?
did something where maybe she found a way to override Hades and created like a...
Maybe, yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of like... And it's not bad, but what do they care? They wouldn't be around for it.
Yeah, well, because they're trying to...
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
Because my thing is like, well, even if the life you wanted couldn't sustain itself, a different environment would promote the evolution of different species that could survive it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's almost like, well, isn't it better than no life, even if it's not the life you planned? It'd still be life, you know what I mean, that could survive in whatever environment was there.
So naive. There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a
very
legitimate
nice.
birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
I'm trying to find out.
Wait, was he implying that she's a machine?
No, that she was born from a machine.
Huh.
One of those
You need
birthing
to get out of
machines
there.
we saw.
What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Yeah, duh. That's only why you send me in here by myself, right?
We probably didn't know what she was. He just knew she was capable.
Is that my favorite buddy? It is. Terrifying. Oh, it's not very nice. Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
See, he's got the right idea. Get in there and start blowing shit up.
Look at his.
Still alive. Good.
Why is that a good thing?
I have
Wait, you know him?
suitable death
It's
in mind
Helis.
for you.
He was the guy that attacked us on the mountain.
Oh, he looks
Trying
different.
to kill her. Great. He has his his helmet on. That's why. Before he had it off.
Hmm.
Did he strip me?
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny.
Is that what's his face doing his voice?
Until you.
I know I looked it up, but I can't
Is
remember.
that Crispin Freeman?
I don't
When
think
I
so.
heard that you had survived,
You should look it up on your phone.
a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die.
Yeah, Natalie looks more
And yet I
familiar
failed.
with his helmet off.
How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing, and when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only
His
grew,
name is Helis, if you're looking.
but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat.
I think that's him.
One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail?
Yeah, but they're not like saying, they're saying, oh, he plays this genocidal guy in the Sun Ring, and this, and I'm like, okay,
I'm
well,
looking it up. Oh, trying to answer. Trying to do two
See
things at
that
once
scar
here.
on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground.
It is.
I figured, yeah, it's
No. It wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts. Haunted every step. It was only when I captured you.
He's looking at everything now
down
anyway, so.
in that
I
place,
know. His
that I
eyes are really
finally
like steel
glimpsed
blue.
I know
the
there's like
sun's
spooky.
design etched at length across the course of events.
That necklace looks very
You
uncomfortable.
were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men.
So does he know about Project? So he wouldn't know
Meant
about any
to
of this,
eliminate
right?
High Priest Bahavas.
Those are bullets around
Meant to
his neck.
snatch Itamen away.
Mm.
Conversely,
So he wouldn't know about
I
any of
was
this stuff then,
meant
right?
No, I think he
capture you.
does. He's the leader of Eclipse, so wow.
Yeah, but does he actually know what Project
that
Zero
you
Dawn
might
is?
die
Like what she
I'm
was.
not sure if he
sacrificial
knows that much,
offering
but-
to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be.
Yeah, but he's still talking about the sun and all that. So all of it, he's still just a primitive savage. Like he still believes in the. He's not in on it. You know what I mean? See, that's
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn.
See, that's my point. It's like, you know, the problem with having now a world steeped in religion is that they don't recognize the truth as it is. They see it for what they want it to be. So if you believe in God and all this stuff, whenever you see signs, oh, it must be that it means this. No, it means exactly what it is. And if it doesn't line up with what you've been thinking, then guess what? What you've been thinking is wrong.
Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
What should I say? That's all kind of good, but
I guess needless slaughter would be the most likely. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I get what she means by they're irrelevant, but also just makes her sound more cold.
I know.
They cast
Why
me out,
butcher
which
dozens
is
of innocents for no gain?
which they didn't
It's
really.
A waste of effort.
I don't know.
You're right.
If she even did it.
I won't even be there to
could be
enjoy it.
bluffing.
In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus, such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Okay, so they're gonna drop me into this pit, and some shit's gonna go down. Is what I'm getting from this.
Yep.
This is gonna suck. And without my focus. Not that I really need it.
So that's why I think genetic tinkering would have been a good thing. Because at the end of the day, the human animal is still the human animal. It's like reconfigure its mind so it's no longer prone to like, you know.
Rejoice! Our years in shadow are
Why does he not have armpit hair?
A
Is
new
that weird?
dawn
That's the first thing I
trembles on the
noticed.
horizon. A new day, soon to
Again,
break.
as long as there's theology in a world
When
that
it
can never
does,
truly move forward as
the
fast as
false
it could,
Sun
they're also
King
taking
will be dead.
2 steps forward,
And
1 step
Holy
back.
Meridian,
That's why it's
ours
almost like they
once
should have
more.
found a way to, genetically alter human beings so they would no longer have a
become an
propensity to
instrument of
believe in kind of like, mysticism and all that. But it's like, okay, look what happens.
Well, look at like this crazy ass motherfucker who's getting all these people to follow him. just
Well, that's
because
my
he said,
point. It's-
hey, I'm the proxy, so you gotta listen to me.
Exactly, it's all just nonsense. It's like, no, it's...
Oh boy. Yeah, those are the Pharaoh plague machines. This is gonna be
Hold your
horrible.
seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes?
Every time you hear the words blessings of anything, it's just bad science, just stupid idiot and ignorance. It's almost like...
Light of day. Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause?
Oh.
Many
They're gonna
years
correct
ago,
it. I could
to
do worse.
consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turon ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die.
So I know I thought it last episode, but I don't think I said it, but I love how the corruption kind of dances off like all snake-like. It really makes me think of the, like the, I don't know, I can't remember what they call it in Princess Mononoke, but when the gods were all corrupted.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's the same kind of effect, and I kind of wonder if maybe they were inspired by that somehow, or if it was just coincidence.
Well, this thing feels like the giant boar thing.
Yeah.
Which in the English dub is voiced by Keith David.
This is gonna be terrible.
My weapons are up on the platform.
Oh, I don't have any weapons. So
What do you do, actually?
I don't know. Oh.
Oh!
Take a behemoth's charge either.
You probably have to, like, strip the machines lying around the field.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die because I don't know how to
Can you do crafts?
Oh god. Probably not. I literally have no idea what I'm supposed to do, so.
You probably have to go to those machines all around you and
Yeah.
strip them and get stuff off them.
I should try luring the behemoth into the pillars.
Okay, why am I doing that? Sounds good to me though.
Yeah, see what's on there. Yeah, see, you gotta get stuff off there. The problem is, it doesn't leave you alone long enough.
Okay, but I can't even tell what I picked up.
Well, just pick it up for now, and then try to get a spot where you can maybe hide for like a split second. Yeah, you probably got a MacGyver stuff together. Well, this episode turned out to be a bang. I like how it was 90% like, we're learning, knowledge, the past, ruin. And it ends with a gladiator arena battle with a giant machine.
Well, that's the thing, I don't even have a weapon. I still require weapons for any of this stuff.
Well, there's gotta be something you're gonna pick up.
I can't even get into my menu, so.
One more pillar and that platform will come down.
Oh, okay.
And my
So I guess I'm doing something right. Accidentally.
Well, as she said, lower the pillars, just do that. Oh!
Wow, surprisingly, he didn't hit me.
Gotta get out of the way.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, buddy.
Down.
I have no idea what that was supposed to
So,
do.
are they... Is this Shadow Karja then, or is it like
Yeah, these
Clips?
guys are the Shadow Carja.
But who are the
Hey,
Clips?
that's all my stuff. She's so sweet.
Then who are the Eclipse?
Let's see. It's technically a separate group, but they're part of the Shadow Carja. I think it's supposed to be like a break off of the defectors, so to speak. You know what I mean?
So, but they're in the Shadow Karja city, right?
Yes.
So why are they following him if they're not part of it?
I don't know.
Hey! Guess who got our weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it!
I was gonna say, let's give something. Remember what I taught you? Blow shit up. And that was just from a room full of guys with a big giant death machine. Blow this fucker up. There you go.
They've got something to do with his lift attacks.
It's a problem. These guys charge. They're just fucking brutal. Come on, really good shit.
That canister on the trolley. Looks important.
Okay, I guess I can get a trip on it.
Are you trying to blow more shit off?
I need to get that canister off.
Oh, his butt?
The one underneath her there.
Oh.
Freeze canister
Right
on
up
the
Main
tank.
Street.
Cryo arrow shoots it off.
More off.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Is he down? No. Wow, we got lots. Damn. Woo! He's missing like a whole chunk of himself now.
Yeah, now he'll just charge and do that, which is irritating, but now he's... Oh, actually I took off my... Oh, wrong one, so...
Blowing him up. There you go. There you go. Doesn't that feel good? Woo. See what happens when you just blew things up? So your situation improved? Oh, this is awkward.
How embarrassing.
A best 2 out of 3!
Who's gonna go fight her now? Look at her, she's like, make my day. We doing corruptors now?
Shadows. Kill her.
Okay.
Yeah, but these guys really need this.
I haven't fought one in a while, so I don't know. Unless maybe something's gonna happen, so I don't have to.
Kill her.
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
I love her. Hey, somebody's here to crash the party. Silence in person. So he can override too.
Yeah, I wonder if he knows more than he would like.
Sure.
Oh, he knew who it was.
Remember, he used to work for Eclipse?
Oh yeah.
It's been a while. But oh
whoa.
shit. They're like, we don't care. This is awesome.
Good robot animals. Brought a thunder job with you?
Yeah, right? Maybe he didn't unlock that golden yet.
She just throws up 2 fingers. Jog on.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Ain't nothing but
Also,
a
dude,
gangster
if you were like this fucking awesome, why didn't you come help me out in these fucking like ruins and
So
shit?
you're here.
Because the black guy
You're
always
really
dies
here.
first.
You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
I bet he hacked her.
Not at all. The whole time I've been
Yep.
monitoring your focus, I duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to refocus was trivial and easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
See, I think it's Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Meet the machine that birthed me into this world.
Shit on your
Isn't that how you put it?
I was just gonna say that.
Wait.
When you go up to the Banuk people, the shamans, they have the same kind of thing where the like tubing and stuff is interwoven with them. So it's interesting that Silence has that too.
Is it tech or is it just some kind of ornament?
Yeah, it's like, well, I don't know necessarily.
Or is it like tech stuff that's just for ornamentation? That's actually serve an actual function.
I don't know if it's for a purpose or not, but yeah, it's definitely.
It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the sun ring at high noon. I wore out 2 scribes
again. Noon.
Die. I've got you in my sights.
Ever since
Wrong
you
game.
discovered the technique,
Hey, it's like the only lines he has.
I had to destroy a corrupted.
Well, not really, but the only ones you hear.
Yeah, that's the only he ever said.
Exactly showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through the
Like,
focus.
Silence, have you been spying at me when I'm in the
Truth
shower?
be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by the shamans.
Hang out with robot animals all day.
Of course.
But
far
you-
so fast.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
No,
Absolutely
man.
not. I have preparations to make.
I got shit to do, you see.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll
Or
contact
if you're
you
about to
later.
die again.
In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Carja territory, I brought armor to conceal.
Yeah! I've been waiting.
You think of everything,
I didn't know when I
don't
was gonna
you?
get this armor.
One of us has to.
Could have used it earlier, but alright.
I know.
Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Register down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel.
She's like, well, I know that.
I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who.
Are you just saying that because you need me? Can I follow him? He's like gone like the wind. Oh.
Maybe that fox will help you. Hey Fox, you wanna go help find my people? He's all like, nah.
Well. Oh, what's that floating? It's like one of my first glitches I've seen here. Oh, it fell and broke.
I was wondering what that was. I was like,
Well, so that was a thing that happened. A very long thing that happened.
make up for a little last time, I guess.
I know, right? I had a feeling that was going to be a long episode. But
It was
yeah,
a good episode, though.
That's the thing. As much as it is like, okay, these are long episodes, you find out so much.
Yeah, but they're good. It's not boring. This is
Well,
all
yeah.
fascinating stuff. This is a great... Again, I hope this game gets Game of the Year.
It's been doing really well.
It's a great story, and I like how fleshed out these characters are. And again, I don't need a movie. I mean, this is basically a movie. You know?
Yeah.
And it's going to be more fleshed out than any movie could be, so...
But yeah, we will end it here, and I guess next time we will go save the Nora. So we'll see you next time, guys.
Peace!